Going on, everybody? Welcome to NESN Bet's Kickoff Week 5 edition. He is former Patriots running back, two-time Super Bowl champ LeGarrette Blount. I'm Claudia Bellofatto, and I keep looking to this Patriots score, waiting for something to happen. It is 24-0, 6:34 to go in the third. Mac is 12 of 21 with a pick six. What is going on in New England?
They just got to get the run game going. This is a kid that. He played again. We understand who Mac Jones is. He played really well at Alabama, but he obviously has some workhorses in the backfield with him, and he had a great O-line. Right, that's how you showcase these guys' talent. That's why people go draft them as high as they do, because you see the potential. He does have that, but you just can't put him in a position to where he's got to throw the ball a lot. You gotta give him some kind of offensive line that's going to help him run the football effectively. I think these guys are averaging 2.5 or 3 yards a carry today against a Saints defense that's not the greatest. I mean, they're not the worst, but they're definitely not the greatest. Got to figure it out. Have to figure it out. Mac has to stop turning the ball over. There's no excuse for that. We have to stop turning the football over. They got to go back to the drawing board at this point, figure out who and what is working well for them, and just move in that direction.
Yeah, Stevenson only 6 carries for 19 yards. So clearly they need to do something. We're going to get to the 4 o'clock slate. But let me ask you now, because you're catching a good amount of points with the Patriots on the live line. After what you've seen, are you staying away from the Patriots today, in the next game, and moving forward until you see those changes? Or is it worth maybe a sprinkle that they bounce back at some point? They have a little over a quarter to go.
Nah, I'm gonna stay away from this one. I think I'm gonna stay away from this one, as everyone else should. This isn't a favorable matchup, and this isn't a favorable anything for the Patriots right now. Isn't favorable when it comes to them. Anything that you do is we're gonna always go. Right now, we're just gonna go with the under on everything. If you're gonna anything with this game with the Patriots, you got to go under on anything. So these guys came to play. And for it to be in Foxborough and to get a whooping like this in Foxborough, it's embarrassing to say the least.
Yeah, and that total was the lowest on the board at 39, and I said I'd probably still bet the under, and the Saints might cover it on their own. Let's hope that they don't. All right, let's get to the 4 games for the 4 o'clock.
Not again.
In Foxborough especially, man. Let's talk this Bengals squad, because talking about teams that haven't lived up to expectations, Joey B and this offense, clearly he's not 100% healthy, but still, they have really lacked to get anything going. They face Arizona in this spot. They opened a big favorite, an 8-point favorite, and then Arizona saw a ton of money. So Bengals only a field goal favorite in this spot. Is it too early to give up on Joey B? I'm looking at the lines now. Only 1.5 touchdowns, around even money, 255.5 yards. What do we do with Joey B in this offense right now?
You just gotta stick with them. We know that these guys are big play magnets. We know that these guys have some dudes on the outside, and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. They got they got a guy a nice guy at tight end, and Joey B is Joey B. Sometimes these guys just don't start out hot the way we expect them to. But the guys that are obviously guys, or that are really, really good, or that someone that you regards and hold in high regards. These guys will pick up the tempo over the course of the season. Some guys have these slow starts, right? But over the course of the season, Joey B is going to emerge as one of the guys. He's one of the elite quarterbacks in the league. It's just only a matter of time before it happens for him. I'm taking him with the touchdowns. I'm taking him touchdown over. I'm taking him with the passing yards. I think this might be the game where he gets on track.
Well, you would hope so. Against the Cardinals, this is sort of the get-right spot. Now, T. Higgins dealing with injuries.
The Cardinals is They not the worst team anymore.
I'm with you. I'm actually with you. I've been backing Dobbs in this offense, but I think this is, I talked about the movement, right? Bengals opened such a big favorite. That was the early line. Now down to a field goal. Yes, the Cardinals do look good, but this is a good bounce back spot for the Bengals.
Oh, yeah.
I want to ask you about Joe Mixon. His line is set at 69.5 rush yards. He has yet to reach this, but if you like the Bengals to bounce back, it can't just be on Burrow like you talked about with Mac. They have to get the run game going. What do you like on Mixon?
Got to get the run game going. I'm not gonna lie, man. That Cardinals defense is kind of stingy. I'm gonna go with the under here. I am. I'm gonna go with the under. They might get him involved a little bit more in the passing game. Some screens here, get a couple catches in. But that Cardinals defense seems to be pretty stingy recently. So I'm gonna go with the under on here. So hey, Joe Mixon, man, hey, prove me wrong. I want you to ball out, but I just think the Cardinals are on a good streak right now.
And also, not just because he hasn't hit it yet doesn't mean he's not going to hit it. But I don't know about you. I need to see a little consistency before I bet the over. So I'm with you on the under. Next game, Philly-Rams. Philly opened a 6-point favorite. We saw Rams money down to 4 now. Some over money on the game. I want to talk props, though, with DeAndre Swift because I have been high on him when it comes to attempts, when it's come to yards. 2 games with 100-plus yards. Line set at 64.5. Against the Rams. Do you like the over or under here?
That Rams defense, that Rams run defense is solid. It is. And they're playing against the best O-line in the league. Learned this over the course of my years in the NFL. If it's a great offense versus a great defense more than likely is going to win. So, if I'm going with the over-under on Swift, I'm going to definitely go with the under right here because this is going to be a tough task for these guys. The Rams aren't no walkovers. I know they're like, 2-2, but they're not walkovers. They're figuring it out and they're putting it together. I don't know if Swift goes off in this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the under right here.
So you're going with the under. It sounds like, too, you're thinking of game script. It should be a good amount of back and forth. Like I said, it saw over money, so the market agrees with you there. We have to talk about Cooper Kupp finally playing. This is his first game back. How much does that change the game with him being a part of the offense? And do you touch his numbers? Do you touch his props? Or, again, do you want to sit back, wait and see to make sure he still looks like the Cooper Kupp we know?
Well, depending on what the numbers look like, I'm going to definitely probably touch his numbers.
58.5 yards, 5.5 catches, plus money to the over. So 6 catches or 59 yards.
I'm taking that. I'm definitely taking that. Yeah, I'm taking that. Puka Nacua, or I think that's his name.
Yeah, Puka Nacua.
He's gonna continue to get targets. He's proven himself in this league that he can be a vital option in the offense. So he's going to continue to get his burn. But obviously, man, Triple Crown King here. So you're talking about somebody that has played at the highest of elite levels. Whenever you get him back in the offense, I find it hard not to get him involved immediately.
Yeah, and you make a good point with Nacua. He's been huge for the offense with Cooper Kupp gone, but it's very simple. It comes down to target share, and when you get one of your best receivers in the league back, you're going to see those targets decrease for Nacua. So Nacua's number is higher than Cooper Kupp. I don't think that'll be the same instance for long, so now would be the time to bet the over on Kupp. All right, next one. Jets-Denver. I'm very curious what you think about this game. Denver opened the 3-point favorite down to 2.5, some over money. What do you make of Zach Wilson? I cannot stand, and I don't know if it's just the media, but we did the same thing with Justin Fields. Get rid of Justin Fields. This Bears offense can't do anything. They win a game. All of a sudden, great value now to trade him. Zach Wilson, get rid of him. The Jets are doomed. I'm fading them in this spot, that spot. Then he's the only player in college or NFL history to outplay Patrick Mahomes. So now in this spot against the Denver offense, what do you say?
That's a little skewed.
Little skewed, but right? I think we have a big enough sample size to know that he can show up in certain situations, right? That was a game they were not expected to keep close, and because of him, they did. So now you're facing a Denver team that has a lot less oomph on offense than the Chiefs did. Right. What do you like here? Denver laying 3, 2.5. Would you take the field goal with the Jets?
I like the Jets. I like the Jets to come out and win this game. I like the Jets to come out and win this game. I think that Zach Wilson, I just don't believe. I simply don't believe. Like, he hasn't shown me anything. He outplayed Mahomes one time. Again, but this might be a game where the Chiefs went into it and thinking and guys do this in the NFL still. You go into a game and it's like, okay, well, I know we're gonna probably beat the crap out of this team, and the boys came to play. They came to play. Zach came to play. That team came to play, and it gave them a little momentum, right? So you're going into a Denver, a Denver football team that is in shambles. I don't see Denver. The only thing I think they have the advantage on is being at home. That's about it. I don't think that they have the advantage in any other way. Again, I don't believe in Zach Wilson, but I think he can go pull this off against Denver. But don't be surprised if he get beat.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, again, 1 game sample size for the Broncos is not enough for me, especially against the Bears. So I think I'm with you there. Win total for the Jets as well came down. I wrote an article on NESNbets.com. You can check it out. I'd take the over. Kansas City, Minnesota. KC opened a 6-point favorite, all the way down to 3.5. Minnesota saw so much money. I think that game against the Jets had a lot to do with it. Do you agree with that line movement? Or are you going to take advantage and lay that 3.5 with Kansas City? Should they win by 4 or more here?
Kansas City should win by 4 or more. They definitely should win by 4 or more. This is a bounce back game for them. This is for them, obviously this is a game when they play their best when they play against the best competition. When they play against the better teams, you see, different versions of that offense and different versions of those guys. So I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs right here. I like them to cover. I know they're at Minnesota. Minnesota's a good home team when they play at home, but Kansas City is just too high powered for Minnesota. I think that they're going to be really, really in tune and ready to play ball. So I'm going with Kansas City. I'm taking the spread. What is the -6?
It opened -6. Yeah. So now all you got to lay is 3.5. So you're going to take advantage of the movement.
I'm taking advantage of that. Yeah.
I figured. Okay. Now this total is the highest on the board. Cousins passing yards prop, it sounds like you're going to be playing from behind, 294.5. Would you go over? Because if they're going to be playing from behind, they have to throw the ball. You can't really risk running it. Do you like the over on that number?
That's a lot of yards. Even though I think he's thrown for 300 a couple times this year, right?
Yeah, he's gone up there. Yeah.
So, but I don't think they're going to be playing so far from behind that he's going to have to throw the ball 50 times for them guys, for them to get in a position to win. I'm going with under 294.
Okay, maybe attempts could be an option too if you think they're playing from behind. You don't necessarily need the completions, just the attempts. Now, quickly, because we've been talking about this on our show.
Because Justin Jefferson is the receiver, so you have to throw the ball.
Yeah. You should probably do that. Taylor Swift. I don't know if she's going to be there or not. I don't know if you've been involved in these conversations at all. Are you just do you want to stay away from the Travis Kelce props? For me, it's just I feel like everybody's betting the over because of this Taylor Swift situation. But of course, he's also one of the best tight ends of all time. So are you going to touch the Travis Kelce props, whether Taylor Swift is there or not?
I'm gonna always probably throw me a Travis Kelce prop in there. If I ever do a parlay and I see who they playing against, I might throw a little Travis Kelce anytime to up in my parlay. I don't know if Minnesota has what it takes to contain him, whether Taylor Swift is there or not. I don't know if they have what it takes to contain him because, granted, he's getting a lot of attention because of her and this and that and the other. But at the end of the day, his volume of work and what he's done in the league speaks for itself. So whether she's become a part of his life or not, I think that at the end of the day, football is still going to be priority, and that's going to be first. So I don't think he's going out there to be like, hey, make sure I get me a touchdown in front of Taylor today, Patrick.
There's a TikTok trend going around where girls will tell their husbands, hey, Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the board. She's really helped his career. And all the guys are going crazy because it's like, no. Travis Kelce was that dude before she came into his life.
Oh, yeah, he was that guy.
To the Swifties. No disrespect to the Swifties. We appreciate it.
Please don't get us canceled messing with the Swifties. Come on, Claudia.
I know, sorry. With all due respect. All right, Dallas Niners, we're going to talk later tonight. Hang out with us at 7 p.m. Good luck on this later slate. LG, we'll talk to you in a bit.
Thanks.